This video is dedicated to the decade of chronologically organized magazines I had neatly sorted under my bed until my parents made me throw them all away when I moved out. Rest in peace. You may be interested in securing a guest post, a podcast interview, or even a magazine opportunity in one of the many media publications that are out there. So in this video, I'm going to dive into strategically how you can create an email template for pitching in your business and keep that in your email templates arsenal. Welcome back to the Ashlyn Writes channel. I'm Ashlyn, calligrapher and copywriter, and I teach creatives like you how to sell more with your words. And in case you didn't know, before I did this whole business thing, I worked in public relations and marketing. I studied journalism and PR in college, went on to work in an agency, then corporate marketing, and I also have a background in magazines, specifically with Time Inc. So I have been the pitcher, the one landing media hits in publications like Bon Appetit, newspapers like USA Today, and I've also been on the flip side of that, the freelance writer who's been writing for publications like Style Me Pretty, About.com, and Southern Living. So I've been on both sides of this, but also, as you know, I love to talk about how to work from a place of rest, not hustle over here. So let me just lay this out. If you are hitting your sales goals in your business, you're filling all your spots, you're getting enough, whatever that is in your business as far as your income and your revenue goals, I don't want to add one more thing to your plate by teaching you about this. If, though, you want to add this, you're looking to supplement a little bit more, get some hits under your belt, some names that you can say that you've been featured in, then this is going to be for you. I just want to say that because I never want to add one more thing to people's plate. Also, make sure you hit subscribe. That's going to be tip number one when it comes to learning how to write better words that convert for your business. And also, if as I go, you think I need a few more email templates in my business, don't worry, I have an entire checklist for you. This is one of about 28 email templates that I would recommend creative small business owners have on hand in your business. To get that full list, that full freebie checklist, just look down below, grab that link, and you will be able to download it. Okay, let's dig in. Here are the 4 things that I want you to have in your email pitch template. Number 1, the hook. I always start off my pitches, so it's in my email pitch template, by saying, I know you're busy, so I'll make this fast. Some publicists wrote that in a pitch to me one time, and I just really appreciated the fact that they didn't think I sat around all day and checked my inbox. So it's the first thing that I want you to do, and then we're going to go from there to transitioning into the hook itself. What is the hook? The hook is a one-liner that quickly explains why what you've got is going to be interesting to the outlet you're pitching. Okay, let's back it up a little. So public relations is essentially free marketing as opposed to something like advertising where that is pay to play. You're asking for the opportunity to provide someone with some content, hopefully in return for some coverage for your business. Now, I'll also give you a tip here that you need to have thick skin when it comes to pitching because you are going to get told no a lot. The publications, the outlets, they are looking out for their audience first and foremost. So that is the lens that they see everything through. They're the gatekeepers for those people. And if they see what you're sending in as not quite a fit, even if it's not quite a fit for that time, they're going to say no. Just wanted to warn you on that. Okay, so let's go back to this hook copy itself. Here in your template, I want you to put a placeholder here because this is going to change a little bit every single time. Journalists are constantly looking for what's going to be interesting and newsworthy for their audience. So if you don't have a hook, you're kind of dead on arrival. I also want you to get to this really fast. Now I'm going to let you pause the screen here. Here are a few examples of how you can introduce your hook in your pitch emails. Now that you've loaded those in your template, let's go to number 2, the introduction. I want you to introduce who you are and say why you are coming to them. So this part will include a little, keyword little, snippet of your bio copy. And if you don't have your bio all ready to go in your copywriting arsenal, I would definitely suggest you do that. Have a shop item, I will list it below, where we help go through how to figure out getting that bio on hand. But in this part of the email, you're going to give a quick blurb on who you are and what you do and why it matters for this person. Next, give a little bit of personal information that explains why you're reaching out to this writer, reporter, journalist, or outlet. Do you have a mutual friend that has connected you? Do you have a shared interest or graduated from the same school? Another huge pro tip here, see what they last wrote. A lot of writers like Twitter, and they'll post their recently published pieces there or wherever you can figure out where the last thing was they wrote, and actually read it, ingest it, enjoy it, and then you'll be able to comment on that when you pitch them. That can be an easy connection point if you don't already have one. Pitch email tip step number 3, I want you to pitch them on your idea. You can transition into this part by including including some copy that says, I have an idea that I think would be great for publication name, or I have a few ideas that would already complement what you've got going on over at outlet name. Here is where you want to give a couple, 1 to 3-ish ideas of how you could help them out with content. If you're pitching a podcast, think about 3 different topics that you know you could cover and educate their audience on. Maybe it's 1 to 3 ideas that you have for a story that you could be a guest expert on. Now, when it comes to these, sometimes I would already go ahead and play with some headline ideas for them and give them a little bit more of a fleshed out version of the hook there. I also would give them about 3 every time. That seemed to be just enough. I wouldn't give any more than that. Now, if you're just going to give 1, I would definitely recommend hopping down at the bottom and saying that I can also speak to a variety of things, including blah, 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 because what if you send that pitch over and they're not interested in that one? I always include a couple of backup ideas as well. I also think that one great idea for a story is roundups. Roundups are just maybe 10 things that every Francophile needs, that kind of hook or angle. When you're doing this, you can pitch a few things maybe from your shop or your business, but you can also include maybe some of your peers that offer things or products that you love and enjoy as well. Throw them a bone and do some of the work for them. Bonus tip here, if you have a hard time coming up with story ideas, this is something that I used to do when my job was to come up with story ideas constantly. I would go to a Barnes & Noble, grab a bunch of magazines off the shelf, grab a coffee there at the Starbucks, and sit down and try to go through all of these magazines and just see what stories were out there. Once you see story after page after page, you're going to start to generate some ideas of your own. So Mad Libs those, and you can use them as story ideas to pitch. Step number 4, say thank you and give a call to action. After I would thank them for their time, I would never say something like, I hope to hear from you. To me, that is not specific enough. I want to be very straightforward and give a call to action. Again, the thick skin's got to come in here. So I would get specific when I pitched. I would say, is this something that you would be interested in? Or is there one of these I can grab a little bit more information for you on? Or you could say something like, would you mind keeping me in mind as you plan out the next quarter's content? Okay, last bonus tip. Here is a magic word that I want you to include in your pitch template copy. The word partner, as in, how could I partner with you to gather some great content to give to your audience? You can include that down at the call to action. You can include that up at the hook, but I do want you to have the word partner somewhere in this pitch. One thing to keep in mind here is that all outlets, specifically print publications like magazines, work pretty far out in advance. So if you're interested in learning more about PR and marketing and advertising and the difference in all of those, I will link below the blogs I've done in the past on that, and hopefully those will help you out. As stated at the beginning, I'm definitely a magazine lover. So I'll go first, I'll comment below and include some of the favorite things I love to read, listen to, but I want to hear from you as well. What magazines do you love? What podcasts do you love? Go ahead and spill the beans. And if you found this helpful, I would absolutely appreciate a thumbs up. Thank you as always for tuning in, and I will see you next time. But until then, don't forget to put sustainable writing systems in your business in place so you can work from a place of rest, not hustle.